let us understand what are the different build tools are there in OmniScripts. So actions are there. As I said earlier, we are making use of this IP action and then data Raptor actions. So we can add different data Raptor actions. We have 4 types: extract, post, transform, and turbo. We can add matrix action as well. If you want to delete any record, we can delete from here directly. DocuSign, envelope, and signature actions means with the use of this, we can send any document for the signature, and then they can do signature as well with the use of this OmniScripts. We can send email, we can do HTTP, call HTTP actions, integration procedures action. We can navigate from one UI to another UI. We can send PDF. These are different actions are there. Then next group is display group. With this, we can make UI better. If you see this line break is used, this one, just to kind of BR thing which we use in LWC, same purpose, for the same purpose it is used here. Text block we can use here, like we have some rich text area in Salesforce. So same purpose, for the same purpose it is used. Then we have function group. If you want to do some calculation based on aggregation, then we can do with the use of this. We can add some custom formulas as well. For messaging as well, we can use. Here the question mark shows the related information about each element. If you want to learn more about this, you just need to click on this and you can read on all documentation related to this. This documentation is available in one of the Velocity docs as well, but it's an easier to read from here. Then we have groups. We can group some of the elements from this, and we have block, edit block, radio groups as well we can add. If we want to do multi-step form, we need to make use of these steps. So we can add multiple steps there, so that on the first page we can ask user to enter its name and personal details. Then going on the next page, they can add address information, kind of we can create with the use of this. Type ahead block, it's a good feature actually. Consider what we want to do based on any of the input here, like I will insert something is AM. So based on that, whatever the records are there will be shown here. So that is used for, type ahead block is used for that purpose. Then OmniScript, if we want to call another OmniScript, it will be shown here. It has some different setting here. If you go to the setup, as this is one OmniScript, for that specific OmniScript, we can see this setup where if we make this reusable, it will be shown to another OmniScripts where they can use this as a child OmniScript there. We can enable the tracking here, and then SEO means it will be URL search, means it will be available for the URL search. All are setup related things. I will not go everything. I will just discuss some whatever necessary are there. We can add styling options as well for this OmniScript. Consider if you add some or any element here, for all those elements having properties there, what you want to give the label. So directly it will get reflected here directly. If you want to give some placeholder, we can give that here. It will be shown directly. Then whether it is required or we want to be it read only, what will be the length of that text field. Then we have help options. If you want to add help, like anything, please make share something. It will be shown here, right? I is visible now. Conditional view, we can add just any if we have a condition for these specific values, it should not show this element, and for the another value it should be shown. We can add that kind of conditions as well here with the use of this, like this here. So OmniScript essentially means, as I mentioned, that we can group multiple actions together, and we can perform like creating any record into the Salesforce, or if you want to update any records. It can get the data from APIs as well. So it's not just like in flow, it's beyond the flow actually. So next one is we discussed about is data Raptor. So we have 4 different data Raptors. One is extract, then load. These are already created one. Turbo extract, and then another is transform one. So let me show one of the extract one by opening it. So if you see, this is the extract one. So with the extract, we can get the data from the multiple objects, Salesforce objects, means related objects. So we are getting account data. We are passing this parameter in where condition. If you see, this is a kind of query builder here. If you click here, we can add condition or condition limit. We can use offset. We can add order by as well for retrieving data. This account ID is get passed from the flex card or Omni scripts, where I shown there, where means we were calling integration procedures. So this is the same name which we use in flex card and Omni script, and that will be passed here, this value. So we are fetching data for the account contact and again contact, primary contact, I think. Then formulas. In formulas, what we can do if we want to do some means modifications, or we want to like do some mapping, we can do here in formulas by adding here directly. Then in output, if you see, this is the extract JSON part, whatever we are getting, and this is the output path which we can see here, this one. And this based on this means the node is account one, and in that node we have this field account website. So we need to make sure that we are using the proper node and its related field while displaying data on FlexCard or OmniStudio. What this is the means debugger, we can say. This is the expected JSON output, and whatever we are getting is in here current JSON output. These are the options. Here means what we can do, we can add if you want to make use of caches here, session caches and or caches. And we can add timing in minutes if we want to display any recently searched records or retrieved records to be shown in caches, then we can add time in minutes here. This is the number field. This is used for checking security permissions for any specific user who is logged in. In preview, we can add here. If you want to debug, we can add this account ID as key, and then we can pass the value. And if we execute, we can get the data. See, this is the ID of this Rogers, this account one, and its related contact is shown here. And if you see debug options, debug, we can see logs and debug, how we are getting, and this is the query which it built actually to get the data. Internal query, the use of data Raptor. So same thing goes with another data Raptors. So it was just related to extract. If you want to load data, we need to create load data Raptor. Means if you want to save the data, whatever the object means where we are saving data, we need to select here. We can add any formulas. We need to map the fields here. Means consider this one is we are getting from the FlexCard or OmniScript, and we just need to map with the JSON, which is getting saved to the Salesforce. We have some options. Do we want, while saving means record, do we want to roll back on error, or we want to perform only means whatever the records are correct, it will ignore the errors and it will save another records. If we click this one, it gets assignment rule gets applied to whatever records we are showing, saving from data Raptor. Override target for all null inputs. It is used for the overwriting. Then preview same goes here. Like this is the JSON which we are saving to the Salesforce. We can add here, and then if we execute, it gets saved to the Salesforce. Maybe some issue is there. So let me show you another one. Let me create one turbo extract new one. So I just need to give the name, get contact record. These are the 4 interfaces. We are now making use of this turbo extract. Input type will be JSON, and then output will be the same one. We don't need anything other than this. And if we create this, if you see, we don't have any, this option, formulas option, because with data Raptor turbo extract, we can't do any modifications or retrieve data. We need to give which account you want to extract, which object, output path like count, to give the ID. And what fields we want, like I want the name, then any other field I want to retrieve from this Salesforce. In options, we don't want to give any here. Then what we need to do in the extract, I want to give any account ID. So see, this is the record it got retrieved from this Salesforce. So this is related to turbo extract. Then we will go to the integration procedures. So integration procedures make use of data raptors internally to get to retrieve the data or to do DML operations on Salesforce. Let me show you one of which is already created. So this is the console related to integration procedures. This panel available components. From here, we can add different components, or based on the operation, what we want to perform, we need to select from here, and we need to just add, drag and drop here directly. It's activated. So like this, I just need to drag and drop it here. This structure one, whatever means, what is the process path we followed will be shown here. And for every added component here, it has some properties. For every added, this is the data Raptor turbo action which we have added. And we have given this element name as like this one. And this is the data Raptor interface, which we are making use of it internally to get the data. We need to pass these parameters to pass the value which are coming from the, if we have like FlexCard or OmniScript, this will be coming from there directly. When means data get retrieved, we can send data in a JSON format, whatever we will be getting in a preview option. These are some additional input output failure responses, what we want to do in that case, like send only additional input. If we want to do, then add as like a key value pair, and that key, from the key we can get the data there directly. So let me go through these available components. These groups one, cache block is used for adding caches, we can say conditional blocks. In our Apex programming, we do if-else conditional programming. So with the use of this, we can create some logic here. In conditional block, like consider we have a condition. So for that, we need to make use of this set values. So for this set value, we have to add some formula here, like consider I am getting some country field there. So it should be equal to consider India. So this if condition will be applicable here whenever it execution comes into this conditional block. If there's If this get satisfied, then only it executes the next part of this block. Then we can add loop block. If we have a list of records, then we can iterate over those records with the use of this loop block. We can do we can add try catch block just to handle the errors, as we do in Salesforce Apex programming. These are the some actions where these are the data Raptor related actions which we discussed about it. We have chatter action, then expression set actions where we can add means we can make set of those actions like kind of if else conditions, and then we can add it here directly. We can delete the record using this integration procedures, but with the use of means data Raptor, we can't delete the record. For deleting, we have to use at OmniScript or these integration procedures. This DocuSign envelope action, as I mentioned, that it is used for sending in a document for the signature. Email action, then going ahead, we can call integration procedures from another integration procedures. In our asynchronous programming in Salesforce, what we do, like we have future method. So it get executed means in different thread directly. So same goes here. If we call any integration procedures from another IP. So it gets executed in different thread and it will not wait for its response, and directly next actions will get executed. For the same purpose it is used here. Then we have list action, matrix action, remote response action. This remote action, if we want to call any Apex class from the integration procedure, we can use this one. Any means we can say process we are doing in this IPs. Consider we have called this IP from any flex card, and we want to send the response to that flex card. Then this response action is get used. In this JSON, you will be having, this is the node of the JSON. And in this, we will be getting all the fields, whatever we are fetching from the Salesforce or any API, we can say. This is used for HTTP action is used for the calling APIs. And then set values, as I discussed, as I said, that we can set the values, like creating a variable and saving some value there, so that we can use this further whenever we require, kind of. So this is a little bit overview about the IPs. So let me go back to if someone is having any questions or any doubts. I know it's not that much in depth, but maybe they can ask.
I think in the interest of time, Samadhan, you can move ahead. We are already 45 minutes in this session.
Yeah. So going ahead, these are the few of the customers who has already implemented this OmniStudio and its related, we can say, solutions. I know we have not discussed solutions, but the main thing is only related to this OmniStudio is these declarative tools. Only with the use of these tools, they have created those solutions. So let me show you this sky, this visible. So this is the first customer of Velocity. Actually, you can see how this UI looks like. We can create this kind of UI with the use of these OmniStudio features. Another one is this visible. This is the shopping platform where I think this is, I don't know, I don't remember the country name. So we can see how the UI is built using OmniStudio. Definitely, they may have used some of the custom coding like maybe Apex or LWCs in some edge cases. These are some Rogers, M, and then Telus. These are other customers who has implemented Velocity platform. Next is, these are some of the references which I have given. I will share this on group as well. So trading org, we can, if anyone want to go through trailers, they just need to go to this link. This is the training org, means where we can create our developer org, and this is the trail mix link. This is one developer documentation. This is the PDF actually, and this Velocity docs. Let me show you this Velocity docs, which Velocity created earlier when it was not a part of Salesforce, like means OmniStudio. After coming to Salesforce, they renamed it to OmniStudio. Previously, it was Velocity. So you can go through this. Every details are mentioned related to each and every element, whatever we saw in FlexCart and OmniScript, Data Raptor, and IPs.